Welcome to the weekly Roundup Part 2. You've reached Talking with Dr. Terry, 180 Seconds to a Better You, message number 476, and I'm Dr. Terry Wurzbacher. Picking up from where we left off yesterday, Frank was funny, but I don't think he meant to be. I was there once too, Frank, and until I realized I was the person I was talking about. He believes that once you're an adult, you're supposed to figure out what your bad traits are and do the work on them and yourself, instead of blaming your upbringing when you're in your 40s. How do you not know when you've been carrying this baggage for 40 or 50 years and not figured out ways to get over it? Well, I definitely agree that we should never blame our upbringing, but that doesn't mean we can't acknowledge that it's behind many of our problems. I'll tell you that when trauma is deeply ingrained in childhood, it's not easy to change no matter how hard you try, no matter how much other people point things out. It's not easy. I saw a therapist pretty consistently since the early 90s, and it wasn't until I found IFS in 2020 that I figured out how to change. Just wanting to change, no matter how strong that want is, doesn't always equate to being able to change. Erin, after reminding me that we had 70 days until we boarded the ferry at Vol State, said that parents complain about their kids all the time when they should be concentrating on improving their parenting. I thought that was great. Tim talked about how different it feels to be able to stand back from the complaining at the office, let's say, instead of hopping on the bandwagon of complaining because of FOMO or office politics. It's important for us to feel the difference. Remember contrast and clarity. This was great. Joe said in his last 7 years as a principal, they only had 3 principals. I thought that was cute, too. Anyway, work hard, be kind, and do the right thing. These guided everything in his organization, and I'm so grateful he told us about them. Work hard, be kind, and do the right thing. You can't go wrong if you abide by these. Melissa's trying to find a way to catch herself complaining, especially when it's to herself. So recommendations are define what complaining is. For example, complaining is describing a problem with no intention to solve it. When you know that's what you're looking for, it becomes easier to notice. Then you can identify your complaint starters, and we all have them. They're things like, ugh, I can't believe, why does this always? I'm so tired of. This is ridiculous. You know what annoys me? Once you identify these starters, they become red flags and you can stop quicker. When you hear a starter or recognize that you're complaining, take a 3-second pause and ask, am I venting or problem solving? Do I want to say this or am I on autopilot? Then you can replace the complaint with an alternative. State a fact instead of a judgment. Traffic is heavy today instead of, this traffic is insane. Ask a question. What's the best route right now? Shift to gratitude or neutrality. At least I have time to listen to a podcast. And that's a wrap. Have a diamond week, everybody.